Let's get busy.
Live from the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's time for Shooting Stars with your hosts Kevin Hale and Greg Unthank.
What is up, everyone? Kevin Hale up in this house alongside my tag team partner, Greg Unthank, on this Tuesday night, February 28th, 2017, live via Blog Talk Radio. G-Groove, what's up with you?
Man, it feels like it's been a while, don't it?
You know, it actually has.
Yeah.
It's been three weeks. Our last show we did was the 7th. We conceded Valentine's night to, in your case, your wife. My case,
chocolate and flowers and cards.
Yeah, my case. I think I was watching Anderson Cooper, CNN. Don't even.
Oh, you roll that way, huh?
Yeah. Last week, I needed off for some kid stuff, and so yeah, here we are.
Oh, good.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good health wise. You know, I think we both went through a little bout, man. Allergies and sickness. It seems like everybody's been going through that kind of a pain. But yeah, doing good. Just working a whole lot with my day job and playing every once in a while. Been finally finished up the recording process for my part with the Blue Funk CD thing, and yeah, man,
can't wait.
Things are rolling right along. Yeah, excited.
Yeah, you didn't you all have a gig? You played in Shepherdsville, weren't it, over the weekend, Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, we played Lights Out. It's on
Lights Out,
44 out there. Yeah. Went great. It was first time there, and didn't know really what to expect. We did play there this past summer outside. Really cool set up outside that they do, and this time was inside, and it went great, man. Had a good crowd. Had some dancing going on, some playing and some dancing and a little bit of drinking, and got to see some friends.
Always a good time with the Millionaire Boys.
Yeah, we like to have fun.
Yeah, you do.
We're just a good bunch of hard-working fellas.
All right. When I set up this show tonight, the first guest, we'll bring them on in a second, John and Shannon. They're going to promote the American Cancer Society second annual Music Fest, Country Against Cancer. When I lined up the first two guests, your first response to me was, they're not musicians. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. They're not. And so this is actually a first where the guests, the interviewed guests are not musicians. Terry Harper, a promoter, Bridget Brewer is a photographer, and but nonetheless, they're kind of a part of the music scene, and they do their own thing to help. So this is it's probably safe to say that these two guests, you're not going to be able to go back down memory lane with these two and relive all those garage moments, the basement moments, the mullet moments, all that stuff. So.
Right. I'll just have to be corny color commentator on this one.
There you go. All right. Speaking of commentating, being corny, let's get the segment going. Two people who've been on the show in the past, two of our favorite people, good people. John Casey. John, what's up, brother?
What's going on with you guys?
It's going.
Yeah, it's going. Hey, you can't say anything about the mullet, brother, because I got it going on. You hear me? So we're right there. Good.
I'll say that, brother.
Call him out.
You know what?
We got the mullet.
You dig up my high school pictures. I was sporting it and killing it back in the day too. So
hey, when I had hair, I had the mullet too. I had the perm mullet. I had the perm in the back.
Perm.
The mullet.
Back. That was taking the party to the next level in the back.
I did that.
Yeah.
Look, here's the deal about the mullet, man. It's business in the front, party in the back. Get down. You hear me? It's just what it is.
Get down. Yeah.
It's what it is.
Also joining us tonight, one of Shooting from the Lips faves, Shannon Moert with Talk Smack Promotions. The lovely Shannon. What's up, lady?
Hi, guys. How are you? Greg, it was great seeing you Saturday, by the way, too. I've missed it, guys.
It was great. It was a surprise to see you. It was really nice to see you. Of course, we didn't get to talk because of all the people and all that kind of stuff, but it was always good to see you.
Thank you. It was a reunion in there, that's for sure. I had a blast. I mean, actually, I don't feel like I was working. I was really having a great time with everybody because you all always had everyone in. So it was a good time. Kevin, you missed it.
Yeah, I did miss it. I've never been to Lights Out, so I don't. I did. I've been wanting to get there, and I will get there eventually. But I was thinking probably, Greg. I think the gig before, I hung out. Actually, probably your last two gigs, I made it a point to go hang out with the boys. So yeah. But enough about Greg Spare Change. Let's talk this benefit that's coming up this Saturday, March the 4th. It's at the county line. Let's start with John. John, this is your thing. Preach. Talk to us.
Talk to us. Well, as you said, this is the second annual. And I didn't know last year where we was going to go when we first done that deal there for the first time. I didn't know if we'd go back for a second time, a third time. I'm going to say that this is going to continue on at County Line every year. It's going to be my kickoff every year for all the benefits that we do for the American Cancer Society. I've dug real deep this year, and I think I went out on a limb. I got my arms in the fire and a lot of stuff, but that's okay. I can dig it. It's good stuff. Great cause. So I'm going to do what I got to do to make things happen. And 2017's here, So this is the first benefit we've had since October of last year, and I'm excited. I'm ready.
Very cool. Shannon. Talks
Yes.
Promotions is involved. Tell us how you're involved with this.
Well, kind of just like the one last year, and really pretty much I'm so fortunate that Chris trusts me, and so do all these people putting these benefits on. They usually, come to me and say, hey, Shannon, you've got the relationship with all the bands. Can you help us get somebody to play? So that's kind of where my involvement starts. It's before the benefit takes place. I find the date, the time, the equipment needed, stage, all that stuff, and then I go look for the musicians who are willing to, donate their time and efforts and hard work and sweat and come out there and play for us for a good cause. So anyway, that's where it starts, and then after we get that lined up, then it rolls into, the promoting and getting people to donate items or become sponsors. And so that's kind of where my hands are in this, and pretty much in every type of benefit I do. But this one's going to be a little bit different because it's not so much different. We've got some musicians that a lot of people may not have been very familiar with because they're new, either a new band name or someone that's moved back into town, or someone's played for a long time, took a break for a while, and came back. But do you care if I go ahead and mention, or would you rather I wait, or what would you like for me to do, Kevin?
No, I mean,
go ahead.
Go. I trust you.
Okay.
Just like everybody else.
I have a tendency when I get on the show with you, So I try not to do that. But kudos, though. Here's the deal. Our lineup starts with Hank Rose. He's got the full band, Hank Rose Project. They're going to start, and they're going to play for about an hour. And then we have Dustin Collins, which everyone loves. Dustin Collins, he's coming and playing for us. He's doing an acoustic act for us. Then after Dustin, we have Mark Monroe, The Sound of Goodwood. He and Phil Abel. And if you haven't had an opportunity to hear these guys, they're phenomenal. It's a two-piece show that packs the place like a full band. They're great. And then after The Sound of Goodwood, we have Kentucky Dirt Band. And Kentucky Dirt Band consists of 4 musicians who played in other bands prior. They came to me and said, hey, this is what we want to do. And I said, all right, here's what we'll do. So we did some photos, we did some promoting, we did this, we did that, and I listened to them, and I fell in love with them. I said, all right, guys, I said, you all sound amazing. I'm ready to jump on board and get your name out there. So with that being said, they are doing their first debut to everyone Saturday night. So we've got a lot of great music talent lined up, and I'm really excited about it. And we have the Slaughter race team bringing the race car back out again, who's a huge supporter for all types of cancer and Talk Smack promotions, which makes me proud. They put our logo on the car. And anyway, there's a lot of great people working together to help make this benefit a success again. So we're really looking forward to it. The first one it caught us by surprise, and we didn't expect what came out of it, and now we're ready to do it again. And now I'll quit talking. When you hear that, when you hear 2 seconds of silence, that means I'm done.
Yeah.
That don't happen much, though, does it, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
that's how it works.
I kept her busy, and she told me today. We've been kind of texting back and forth, and I kept her and Chris on toes. I'm a go-getter. I don't really take no as an answer. I just keep digging and digging until we get what we want, and it happens. So Shannon's been a big part of our
lineup.
Yeah. Oh, great lineup. And the deal is me and Mark go way back many years. And Hank, we go back many years. And to see them guys kind of disappear in the sunlight, and then all of a sudden they just they reappear, and I flashed back 20 years ago. I was like, wow, really? What just happened here? It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a really great night. So,
a lot of those guys I don't know. I do know Phil Abel. I know Phil. He's a great guy. We played in church a little bit, and I know that I know Hank, of course. Shannon knows that we played together actually out at Shannon's place at one time. Yeah, man, we had a great time, and
we have a little bit of history. I don't remember the mullet, Greg, but we go back. The big
You don't remember me with the mullet. That's been a long time ago.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I could actually grow hair back then. Yeah, cutting all my hair off was a great thing to do. The women just seem to come on. I think that's right. That's why. You can some people, they cut their hair and they just don't have that head, man. They ought to leave the hair on, but.
You're right, but you have a pretty head. Every time I see you, I always rub your head. I'm like, oh.
Pretty head.
It's an advantage.
Pretty head. What's going on besides obviously the musicians, the music talent there? But what else is going on as far as you got auctions and all that good stuff too, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do some auction and 50-50, and we got food and T-shirt sales. We've pretty slick T-shirt that we've got together and promoting, and actually it's a pretty slick shirt. I really like it. My T-shirt guys really went to work and put it together, and actually the back of the T-shirt itself has got the bands and the guys on the back of it, in like a newspaper gray, black and white, however you want to put it. Real cool shirt. And I really don't know other than that, Shannon. I think that's pretty much what we got going on in sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shot sales, I know that.
We got Jim Beam specials. We got a bunch of a lot of little things. But honestly, guys, this is strictly about music, and it's kind of like the Thunder over Louisville opening up the Derby celebrations. Well, this is kind of like the music fest to find a cure for cancer, starting it for the year. It's what we did last year, and then we're doing it again this year, and we've got several other events that are going to follow that all tie in together. So this is kind of like the opening ceremony or the ribbon cutting, so to speak, but it's strictly about music. It's 21 and over only, so it's strictly for adults. And the doors, I think they're going to open the doors at 7 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be posted, but Hank starts at 7:30, 7:45. So anyway, that's strictly pretty much what it is. It's a music fest. It's not about anything more than music, raising as much money as we can. And by the way, a plug for County Line. Everything that's taken at the door, it's $10 admission, and all of that goes towards the American Cancer Society. So kudos to County Line for donating their venue for us again. So
Chris Lucian
plus.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And actually, there's been some stuff that's really kind of happened since October till now, and I was just talking to Kevin about it too. That March 4th at the County Line, it's actually going to be announced too. But I'm going to go ahead and announce it too because it's been exciting to me for just an individual guy that does the things that he does, and with people like Shannon and County Line and Boneheads and Buds, and I can name a bunch of people. It's really been some big support for me. Has pushed us to a limit to where we're just not the regular guy fundraising for American Cancer Society anymore. We are actually flagship sponsors for American Cancer Society, which means puts us up with Humana and UAW and Becker Law Office and so on and so forth. And we are the first in the United States that's ever happened to. The first.
That's awesome. Cool. I remember you were telling me about that on the phone, man, and you were super excited when it happened, and I was really happy for you, man. That's a huge deal, and make sure every time you get in touch with us when all that stuff's going on to get you on here, and we always promote all that stuff. You know that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the deal. It's going to be a busy year. We got 5 more benefits after this one. 5 more.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Awesome.
Yeah, 5 more. Man. 5 more. And the last one,
go.
Our last one is actually mid-October. So it's the last one.
Man.
So you got 5 within. Yeah, good. Jeez, man. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me start looking at the calendar to pencil you in for these, periodic.
Yeah, I can give you this much, and I'll kind of bust it out because it's not really been said a whole lot and talked about. But Shannon's behind it, and she kind of knows what's all going on too. But actually, it started off with October 14th just being a day show with 3 bands that was trying to put something together because they was trying to be with everything that we done this year. And I went to Expo 5 and talked to Expo 5 in DC production, Tommy Kent, and it exploded from a 1-day event to a 3-day event with over 20 to 25 bands in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Oh, I seen a post about that. Did you post something else about that? Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's the last blast for boobies. You know what I mean?
Boy, you'll have your hands with that one.
Yes, sir. Somebody's gonna bring me a camper, and I'm gonna stay over there. So I'm gonna hang out. I'm not coming home.
Bring the
Winnebago. It's gonna be a fun weekend. Yeah, exactly. So we got plenty.
Very cool.
Good deal.
All right.
And Greg, thanks for the shout out for us on this because the word of mouth helps draw more attention to the deadly disease. And we can be a little obnoxious with it sometimes, but the more awareness, the more people get themselves checked to prevent the loss of a loved one. So I'm very grateful for you guys.
And one more thing real quick,
guys. You know that. Yeah.
Well, I want to share one thing real quick. And it's not just women with breast cancer, men as well.
Yep.
A lot of men don't realize that. So I'm gonna push that. That's my theme. That's my theme this year. Get ready. Men are susceptible to breast cancer as well. So I'm gonna push it. You're gonna hear it a lot. So it's just not one. It's all of us.
Wow. So. Good stuff, guys. Good luck. Good luck this Saturday. Drop by and see you guys, and let's do it. Let's do it. Shannon, John, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks again, you all.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Right.
Again, this coming Saturday, the American Cancer Society 2nd Annual Music Fest, Country Against Cancer, at the County Line, starting at 7:00. Bands, who would they say? Hank Rose, Dustin Collins, Mark Monroe, Kentucky Dirt Band, Raffles, $10 cover. Go on without further ado. I'm turning on his mic. Terry Harper. Terry's joining us, promoter with Terry Harper Presents. Terry, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good.
Hey, Terry, how are you, buddy?
I was listening into the tail end of that. Your all's promotion for that Cancer Society show. That sounds like it's really awesome.
Yeah.
That's
John one thing.
John really gets involved.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm sure, Terry, as a promoter, you can vouch that the community always steps up. The music community always steps up for the cause. So once again.
Oh yeah, I mean, totally. Yeah. There's been I think oh my God, I mean, I've done a lot of benefit shows and been a part of a lot of shows for if they were for memorial or just benefit shows in general or whatever. But yeah, the community really steps up when it comes to musicians around town. I think even recently with, I think Kevin McCary had one recently. I remember everyone came out for that. I remember I think Dave Moody's brother. I remember the one last year whenever one of Expo 5. Everyone seems to always support that as well.
Right. Well, check this out, Greg. Terry, promoter since 2000, Kentucky's premier rock hardcore metal promoter. On his Facebook page, his promotions page, he's nearing 30,000 likes. Good Lord, man. That's impressive.
A lot of those people, I mean, my actual email list every month for subscribers, I mean, that's around 29,000, but those are just past previous ticket buyers, and then they just go on like a list, and then through the years I've just slowly put it all together. But yeah, I mean, the Facebook page is about the same thing too. But yeah, a lot of traffic on there, which I'm very happy with. Cool.
Give us a little bit of history since 2000. What is Terry Harper Presents all about?
Well, I mean, honestly, I mean, the easiest way I can explain this was, I mean, I started playing music, and then the band that I was in at the time, we played so many shows around town. And, I mean, we were playing twice a night was like almost standard to us. We actually did one time play 3 shows in one day, which was ridiculous. we told ourselves we'll never do it again. But
what do you play? What do you play, Terry? Are you a drummer? Is that right?
Yeah, I play drums, and actually, okay. I played.
Good Lord.
Played drums. I played drums in the band, and then we played so many shows in the area, and a lot of the local bands were asking, sort of like, you know, who the hell was booking all these shows for us, and then it's me. And so other local bands wanted me to start booking their shows for them, and then my name kind of just got spread around, and then I started booking regional bands, and a lot of those regional bands at the time weren't really signed or nothing, but then eventually they would go on to get signed by bigger labels and always keep in touch with me. And then my name just kind of just spread around, man. I mean, the music business, it's kind of weird when it comes to the booking agents and managers and labels and stuff. I mean, it's not as big as people think it is. I mean, it's pretty small. But I mean, you know, people that I see people's names I cross over all the time that maybe I would have talked to 10 years ago, but it's a small community, you know, it is.
Yeah, I've heard your name, you know, for years. We've never met, of course, but just through the business, I've, you know, pick up on the promotions and the Terry Harper. You know, I know some of the guys in, you know, in the hardcore and the metal community, and your name's, you know, thrown around there. So I knew that you were, you know, involved in well with all that.
I started booking a lot of those regional bands, and then eventually when they, you know, got a big deal and actually became somebody, then or, you know, somebody on a bigger platform and started touring the whole world, you know, they just kept in touch, and then eventually I started booking, you know, it was like 30, 40 shows a year, and then, you know, 60, 70 a year, then 100 shows a year, and then eventually I would say from 2008 until 2013, I was doing about 150 a year, and then
Wow,
now I'm down to about 2014, 15, 16, and then just the way things are even this year. I mean, I'm probably gonna be around about 90 to 105 around there. But I mean, I just kind of slowed down just to kind of really go with the demand. Really, a lot of there for a while. It seemed like a lot of people were struggling as far as the show, going to a concert, which should be the last priority, as far as real life. I mean, people have problems, and a lot of my friends are kind of hard up on money. So, I mean, I can understand sometimes a lot of these bands just come to the market and same old every year. And I'm trying to really restructure my business this year and really bring in only bands that I've never worked with before or never played Louisville in a long time, I guess. Because I'm just kind of I feel like I'm in that movie Groundhog Day, where it just, and plus I'm trying to actually have a personal life because, doing 150 shows a year, there's just, this is what I do every day. I mean, music is the only thing I know. But, and also another note too, is I'm trying to slow down a little bit because I want to go back playing music again and, start touring again in a band because I miss it.
Oh wow!
I miss being. Yeah. I miss actually playing.
Yeah. I bet.
Now, Tara, is all the promotions you do is it strictly here in Louisville, or are you doing any?
Yeah. I used to do.
Okay.
I used to do. All the shows I do are in Louisville. I mean, probably 10 years ago. I mean, I was doing. Shows in Cincy, Lexington, Fort Wayne, Carmel, Indianapolis.
Wow.
Lexington. I was doing shows there. But honestly, what was happening was, a lot of those shows were doing good. But honestly, here in Louisville, I was really kicking those markets' ass. I really was. But so I just kind of stayed put in Louisville, and things have been. Just like with any other career, things are up and down. There's been there were some years that things were just unbelievably just amazing, and then the last I would say 2014 to about 2000. Honestly, last year, it's been pretty slow. But then for some reason that I've seen this year so far, it felt a little better. So hopefully. Things pick up steam and then go back the way they used to be. But I just kind of go back and.
Go ahead, Greg.
I was gonna. Now you pretty much focus on the metal and the rock and the hardcore type of genre, don't you? Am I right with that?
I do. Yeah, majority is rock, metal, and but I do hip hop shows every. I would say out of the year, I would say maybe 20% are hip hop. But I book everything. I book everything except for country. That's pretty much the only genre I really don't touch, just because I don't. Yeah. That's just nothing. I don't listen to country, so.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
Now one venue, Terry, that I noticed that you frequent with these bookings is the Gentlemen's Club, Trixie's.
Yeah.
How long have they been doing the music thing?
It's been about, I would say now they have been doing shows there. I would say I would say about a year and a half now. And okay. Honestly, I say this to everybody. If you just walk in the club and they have it split up in two areas, and obviously one side is where all the girls are at, and the other side is the showroom. But when it comes to like a smaller like rock room, it's great. There's everything that I've asked Trey, their owner, to really go out and do. So far, he has done everything, and he's made it a point to really want to try and bring in a lot of these national acts to the club. And wow. You guys should know this as well, but with Louisville right now, venues are going I mean, out of business left and right, or just calling or just calling it quits. And I mean, so I've definitely bounced around. I mean, everywhere, but here recently, a lot of the edgier rock and some hip hop has landed at Trixie's, and so far it's been great.
Now I have to say, check this out, Greg. I'm on terryharper.com. I'm looking at gigs that are coming up, and I'm just this tells me something. You're playing at Trixie's. I see Diamond Pub Concert Hall. These are not, these $5 or no. I mean, these are gigs where there's, the cost of admission. It goes anywhere from say $10 to looks like $60 some dollars. So that kind of says something about the acts that you're bringing in, and obviously for you to keep, because your schedule, I mean, it looks like every week you've got gigs lined up, and so there's obviously some consistency, and there's obviously a market, an audience for this.
I'm being serious about the 100, and I mean, like when I was doing 100 shows a year, I mean, it was literally, it was just nonstop. But it's even so, it's still like around 100, and it's still pretty busy.
Yeah. Wow. And I'm seeing Tuesday, Thursday, Friday show. I mean, you're spread out, and so I mean I'm very impressed. And but is this kind of like an underground kind of thing? Is that type of audience environment? Is it safe to say that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem saying at all that a lot of the stuff I do, I mean, I for the most part. A lot of the shows I do, I get them on the way up and I get them on the way down. That's the best way I can describe a lot of the artists that I do.
There you go.
I mean, obviously, once they get to a certain point, then obviously this corporate money comes in the picture, and then obviously independent promoters are out of the picture. But as far as the metal stuff, I mean, metal and hardcore stuff, I mean, a lot of stuff is, I would say underground. I mean, it's all your bands that you would see on Warped Tour, or when the Ozfest was still together, those type of festivals. But I mean,
radio sure isn't helping it out a whole lot. I can tell you that much, man. It's sad to say.
I've never, ever have relied on.
Don't even attempt it, right? Yeah.
You say I've local radio, the FM radio may not, but there are channels out there, whether it's the premium pay channels,
you get satellite,
that have this stuff. So that, I guess that's Terry. What for these bands? How much are they able to? Where is the audience outside of a gig? Where are these bands heard? Do they have to rely on their websites or social media?
Most obviously. Well, yeah, I was gonna say most of my stuff. Either, number one, like you were referring to earlier, as far as my Facebook page and stuff. I mean, through the years, I have and I'm very grateful for it. I mean, there's definitely many people that come to my shows that I've seen millions of times, as far as like their faces. I know that they always support really true underground, like metal or hardcore or whatnot. And then the same goes for even hip hop. But I mean, so I do have some loyal people that always attend my shows, and then social media, and then I definitely rely on a lot of there are several folks that street team for me outside of the region, as far as if the places I like to hit in town. I mean, I'll definitely fly. I definitely have a promotional outlet as far as flyering with posters and stuff. But the places I can't get to, there are actually people who email me all the time, and I'm really grateful for them. They volunteer to flyer and pass out stuff for me in their city and stuff. And I mean, I'm just like, I can't believe it, because I mean, I always take care of them anyway when they come to shows. But I mean, I'm very thankful that people seem to really appreciate the music that I try to bring to Louisville,
I was going to ask you, man, with all the work and all, with all the shows that you do you have a team? Do you have someone that helps you with this, or do you do this all by yourself? Because that's a lot of work, man.
All by. I am a one-man team.
Yeah. But I mean, isn't that a song? Isn't that a song? Were you gonna get ready to sing that song all by myself? Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of. I mean, yeah, it's. It can definitely become a little overwhelming at times, but I guess through the years I've became so just accustomed to everything that nothing really surprises me anymore with it. I mean, it can be very demanding, but like I said, I'm trying to slow down a little bit this year so I can go out and start playing music again. I've actually got a couple offers to drum for. There are a couple. I know one person in particular that you guys have even had on your show that I might start a new another project with him. No, not Vic.
Not Vic.
Okay.
Not. That I love. You talking about Vic Hillary?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He was on
Vic, not. No, that's not. Yeah, I like him, but not him. But he. I'm just dying to start playing music again because honestly, that's obviously the reason why I started doing all this is because I played drums.
Right.
And
exactly.
It just kind of spiraled into something bigger, and then before you know it, I'm doing it for a living. And in the last 16 years, this is all I know.
For the
wait a minute,
music,
Terry. Terry, you give us the line that the person you're going to work with has been on the show, and then you stop. You can't even say the name.
Yeah, well, because I don't want to. I'm actually going to go see this band on Thursday, and but
who's playing Thursday?
I would have found out.
I want to go watch them play on Thursday, but I mean that's the thing. I don't know their current issue with, or if there's any issues, or why their drummer might be leaving or whatever. But I've got nothing to do with it. I just kind of been told that there might be a spot opening up here soon, so we'll see.
Well, we know it's not country. We can rule that out. We know it's not Spare Change Millionaires because Greg's not going anywhere from that band. All right, we've ruled it out.
Man, they could be fed up. They could be fed up with my ass. They might be trying to get somebody.
I'm just gonna deny every person you name. So
there you go.
Right. Yeah. Politically correct.
That's why honestly, whenever we talked about, well, aside from the fact the first time I was supposed to come on, I honestly just completely missed the day because I was setting up for a show the next day. But aside from that, I had really, when it comes to like interviews and stuff like this, I like doing them, but I mean, I always just don't want to say anything too. If you have nothing good to say, I'd rather just not say it at all. So unfortunately, a lot of the business as
I'm
far
with
as
you on that, buddy.
when it comes to booking these shows, unfortunately, I would say 70% of it is so much politics that I mean, when it comes to actually enjoying the show and enjoying the show and then being a fan, I mean, in my shoes, it just barely doesn't happen. So I never want to come off as like a negative Nancy or whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
try to keep it on the high road.
Yeah, no, I do, man, because honestly, there are some topics where, I mean, if you get me going and I'm just in the right mood, I mean, I don't want to rat somebody out for just stupid crap they've done in the past, because past bands I've been in, I mean, God, man, I've got stories for days. And current bands that are doing all right. Yeah, I just, unfortunately, a lot of those bands I had to be, I guess kind of behind everything. And, as far as it could be funding, it could be just booking the shows, it could be arranging everything. And usually in the end, when there's always that one person in the band that ruins the entire thing for you, I get just really, really bitter over it, so I can never move forward when I think about that band,
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask this question, Terry. Has any band when they're playing at Trixie's go into girls just to get the chicks involved in the show? Come on.
I mean,
I would.
That's one like thing you would. I mean, people have they really. I mean, I get it. I know it's a strip club. I get it. But I mean, as far as the actual show, I mean, the only shows that have happened there where the girls were used during the performance was honestly during the hip hop shows, which I mean, obviously, that people would probably assume that, but as far as the rock shows, I mean, there hasn't been,
No?
I mean,
Okay.
they don't really want them a part of the show, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, they just,
Fair enough.
They try to keep it, they kind of go into it just like any other club, they don't want really anybody else on stage except for,
Right.
What their
And
stage
of course,
show is or whatnot.
The hip hop ballers got to keep their cred by having them on the stage.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said with that stereotype, that's usually the case. But I mean, the shows that happened there so far, I mean, it's there's not another like smaller rock club that can fit. I mean, you could put 300 in there, and I mean, there's just not at this current moment another club that fits 300 that kind of has that rock feel to it. And I mean, because venues are just dropping left and right, So I do a lot of stuff with Mercury Ballroom too, and of course I still do occasionally stuff at Headliners and Diamonds and Trixie's and Expo 5, of course. I mean, those are Expo 5. Those guys over there are like family to me, really. They've always treated me really good. So
very cool, very cool. When it comes to the local music scene, is there a lot of can you turn to local talent to fill your gigs, or is primarily you're dealing with bands who are outside of Louisville?
Well, I mean, honestly, I used to book tons and tons and tons of local shows. I mean, where it would just be all locals on one bill. But I mean, now it's just a lot of. I'm trying to think. Like, in the end, I always like putting a lot of the local bands opening for some of these bigger bands, where it might give them an opportunity to play in front of a crowd that doesn't know anything about them,
Right. There you go.
So that's what I really like. That's what I like to do more often, if anything. But I used to do tons of local shows. I mean, and over the years, I've just kind of, just doing the national shows. It's just taken over my life, man. I mean, that's all I can really say about it.
I bet you get a lot of free T-shirts, don't you?
I used to have thousands. I mean, I'm dead serious. I used to have thousands, and then one day at one of my old places, I called all my friends up and I told them to come over, and I started putting all the just tons of shirts in garbage bags, and everyone came over and just picked them up. I mean, I swear. I mean, that's
there you go.
Cool.
I used to.
Heck yeah, man.
All right, man. Wow, good stuff. Terry, share with everyone how people can connect with you on social media.
Oh, it's well, I mean, obviously Facebook being just the easiest, but I mean, for the most part, my username on all social media platforms is just Terry Harper X. But I mean, the easiest way to get hold of me is just through my website, which is just terryharper.com, and then all my social media outlets are on there, and my email address and whole 9 yards. But I mean, I'm pretty. The one thing I will tell people all the time is, I mean, if they do email me and try to reach out to me for something, I will always do my best to respond back and get back with them as soon as possible. But I don't care if it's even 3 months down the road, I will still make sure I respond and get back with them. It's just sometimes being the one-man team, man, I can only do so much,
I hear you. Well, good stuff, man. It sounds like and you probably had to pencil us in tonight, didn't you?
I mean, I hate to like put it that way, but yeah, I mean, I had to make sure. I had to make sure I wasn't doing nothing.
Right. There you go. Well, Terry,
thanks a lot, man. Congratulations on all your success and stuff. Yeah, and good luck on getting back and playing stuff too.
Yeah.
You'll start hearing. I'm sure probably in the next 2 weeks or so, you might hear of a band with a new drummer here soon. So we'll hopefully whenever you hear it, you're like, okay.
He's giving us the tip. Terry Harper's giving us the tip. Yeah, he's giving us the tip tonight. He'll give you the full dose within the next 2 weeks. So, Terry, thanks for hanging with us, man. Good stuff. All right,
no problem. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
See you, buddy.
All right. Take care, bro. Terry Harper, promoter. Terry Harper presents again, Greg.
Man,
almost 30,000 people.
For him to do
a lot of work.
For him to do that all by himself. I mean, there's things that people don't realize that's involved in what he's doing. I bet his phone is just crazy all the time. Emails. I couldn't imagine. I thought for sure he would have at least somebody helping him, but he does it all by himself.
Yeah. But you know what? For as long as he probably has his routine, and just somebody else would kind of
He's got his go-to people. He knows.
Yeah. All right, cool. Greg, wrapping up the nights, turning her mic on. Photographer, Portraits by the Bridge, Bridget Brewer. Bridget, what's up, lady?
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Bridget Brewer. How are you doing?
I'm great. Hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Like a hair in a biscuit.
Do you know? Yeah, Greg. Have you met Bridget, Greg? Do you all have history?
I've never met Bridget. I've known of her.
Okay.
I've admired her art for a while on Facebook. You know, she takes pictures of the bands and always puts them on Facebook, and we're buddies on Facebook. So I do admire her work, and you know, I throw the like on there every once in a while, and throw a comment every now and then. Yeah. So I know we have mutual friends and such. So
yeah,
it's good to have you on. And talk about what you do.
I'm glad for you guys to have me. I've been wanting to come on, and I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I think what it was, Bridget, if memory serves me, I want to say that you and I crossed paths recently at a Kirby's gig. And we talked about getting you on there. And then, but you've taken that's one, you know, Kirby's one of my favorite local bands, and you've taken some great shots of that band, and
well, they're my friends, and they're incredible human beings. They're good people and awesome musicians. And Tony called me a while back.
They're hot. Tony is hot.
Tony's hot, yeah.
Yeah, he flexes for the picture sometimes. Like he's like, take a picture of this gun, you know. So he's a mess.
He flexes his butt cheek.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
But I love him, and I love his boys, and Steve is a really wonderful addition. So I've been taking pictures of them for a long time, and became, you know, really good friends with Tony. And you just can't ask for better people, really, and musicians. And they're one of my very favorites too. So we just did a photo shoot down at 4th Street Live when Steve came on. So we did some cool shots down there, and I get out to see them as much as I can and take live shots of them. So.
Well, tell us. Let's go back in time a little bit. Give us the Bridget bio. How long you've been doing this, and you know what's the inspiration to keep doing?
Well, I started a long time ago, probably about 1997. Just more landscape stuff, and you know, just picking up a camera here and there, and learning, you know, kind of the art of manual photography. And then for a long time, I didn't take any pictures. My son. He's turning 14 tomorrow, but he was diagnosed with autism. He was born in 2003, so probably right about before 2005. So that occupied so much of my time that I just didn't, you know, take pictures. And I was researching on how to help him and things like that. And then he's so awesome now. I just started back up probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I guess. And I don't know, someone casually mentioned one day, was like, you ought to do this. You know, you got a great eye for it. And you ought to get out there and try it. So it started more with family photos and, things like that. And then I guess I carried my camera out one night, and my love is really band photography. I mean, I just love it. And I've really, I think I've honed my craft a lot because it's not always ideal, settings for the best pictures with the lighting and, it's low light. And it's really challenging sometimes. So, and I love that. So, but I've been blessed to get out there and take pictures. So, local bands. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I interrupted you. Continue on.
No, it's okay. I just, I've made some wonderful friends throughout this too, and I think the reason I like band photography so much is I don't have a musical bone in my body. I can't sing, I can't play any instruments, but music has always been such a driving force. Just growing up, both my uncles were in a band, and they used to do the Battle of the Bands at the car show, and we'd go out and see that.
Yeah.
And then, my other side of the family is really into traditional old country, and that's where my heart is really. But I love it. I love it's, I guess, just the art of it and capturing them, performing another kind of art. So it's just really my heart. I love it.
Well, there's a lot of emotion when you're up there playing the instrument and doing what you love to do. No matter what genre, if it's country, if it's rock, if it's a singer-songwriter, if you're up there doing it and playing it, then you're showing emotion pretty much, and that makes for a good picture too.
I think
Bridget,
so.
I had an interest in photography when I was in high school. I actually took a couple of years of photography when I went to high school, and we learned how to develop the film and how to work, the lighting and the speed.
Right.
And we went to black and white and how to dye the pictures and stuff. So yeah, I still have had that interest, and I take notice of things like that. You do a really good job, really fine job.
I really favor the black and white, but it just reminds me of some of the old school photography, and I love it. But some of the colors look really good too, so I try to do both, but it's just I just really have found a passion for it. And plus I like to get out, and it's fun, and like I said, I've made just such wonderful friends, like guys in Naked Garden, they're great, and Van Whalen, and a band called Smoke. I don't know if you've heard of them. I know Shannon promotes them, and she's
love Smoke.
You talk about an awesome force in the community is Shannon. She really is doing some good stuff, and she's like my soul sister. We've been friends for a long time, and I support her. She's doing good things. So.
I must have missed you at the Spare Change Millionaire shows. I haven't seen you out there yet.
Actually, I have. I've only seen you guys one time, and I'm trying to think what it may have been. I can't remember. Oh, you know what?
Good
though I did
segue,
see you at the lake at Rough River about 6 years ago. Wasn't you? Okay. Well, see, now whose fault is it?
It's my fault.
Well, it was them, Greg. Yeah, it was them,
I've learned
Greg.
to answer that question correctly.
Yeah. No, it was them, but you weren't in the band then. Correct.
Well, I thought they sucked in. How's that? No, I'm kidding. You must have been the big addition that made it just really awesome. That's what I hear. So. I'm kidding about them sucking. They were really, really good. So, but I don't know what it is. If I'm already doing something else, it's like you don't gig a whole lot. So don't act like you're out every weekend and I'm missing you.
Oh, I'm teasing you. Don't worry about that.
I know, but I would like to get out and see you guys sometime.
Bridget, I think it's safe to ask this question. Is there favorite venues that just work the best for you to do your shots?
Oh, of course. Yeah. There's some that people want me to come out and take pictures, and I'm like, oh, not there, because it's the lighting. Right. And if there's a big crowd, even like Stevie Ray's, I can't get, if you're up in front of the crowd, you're too close. And then, if you're behind, it's just the way it's set up. It's hard to get good photographs in there. I mean, I have gotten some in there, but it's more of the one-on-one person. It's not like group shots. But, Mercury Ballroom, of course, is incredible. Headliners is good. A Diamond, let's see, both Diamonds are good. and I was just thinking of somewhere else and just slipped right out the window. Oh, Baxter's 942. That's a good place to shoot. And of course, I used to do Phoenix Hill and all that.
I have to ask this question, and I'm glad you brought it up because I've always thought of it. I love Stevie Ray's. And anybody listening who's a fan of Stevie Ray's, this is again, I love him. So that's off the table. I love him. Love that environment. I just don't like the way the stage is set up. It's like,
I know.
from the end
everybody says that. You're not alone, man. You're not alone.
Yeah, from the end of the...
It comes out and it just stops because it's not, But it never sounds bad in there.
No, it doesn't.
If you're at the bar, you can't see the band really. I mean, it is it's that shotgun building, but the stage is, to the right, and then it's, I don't know how many feet across, but it's not very much, but people love it. I love it. I'm old, so I like the age appropriateness. I don't do so well at 4th Street. I'm out of my element. So, but I'll tell you, an awesome new venue is the Levee. Have you guys been there?
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't been there yet.
You haven't?
Kirby's playing there on Saturday.
Yeah, I think is their first time. That's their first time going to be at the Levee. That place right there, that whole vibe in there is awesome. It is. It's a.
I think so,
and
too.
Tomorrow night, I actually, not promoting, but tomorrow night, I'm going to go watch Radiotronic's going to be there, Greg.
Yeah.
And the
I love that
couple
band.
of people from Radiotronic. They do the acoustic set. Some of the band from Radiotronic and Velvet Saints do an acoustic set, so they're playing before Radiotronic.
The Griswolds, right?
Yeah, the Griswold, right? There you go. So yeah, I love that place.
I do too. I like it a lot.
Sure.
Great, you get great service there.
And are you getting good shots there? Have you been able to go and work?
That's a tough one too. I can do it. I shot Old School there on their final night, and which it breaks my heart. They're like, I love their band so much. I'm like, you can't break up. This is not good.
Yeah.
I love that they play. There, technically, people don't understand, I guess, if you're not a musician, how technical that music is, and it's just a whole different level, and no one else, there's a couple people that play that stuff, but this is, it was, just really, really good. But, I can get good shots there, but it's usually so crowded, and people are dancing, which is awesome. So it's hard for me to get in there, but I can do it. I'm not afraid to bump some people out of the way.
And there's a lot of room. Yeah. It's just the whole way it's configured there is great. Where the bar is and how everything is.
In summer, summertime, it's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't been there. I haven't been able to get there when in the summer. So I've kind of been a recent person to.
Well, it all opens up and there's tables outside. Right. It's just really, really cool. It's a really cool place. And like I said, the bartenders there are awesome. They, get good service. And I'll tell you who's doing a lot though for live music, and that's the county line. Chris out there, he's top notch. And there's just a few people that are really trying to keep the live music scene alive, like Judy Huebner out at Bistro 42, and Shannon doing her promoting, and it's just because it's mostly people older.
From the lip tries to help out some.
Oh yes, you do.
We do. We try.
I know you do. I know. Well, that was a given, though, right?
Right. We don't discriminate either.
And we don't No, we don't.
Now, my best friends are in a band, so that's a big.
And that helps, right?
Yeah.
And that's been my. Lately, if anybody wants to hang with me, see me on the weekends, they're gonna have to catch me watching some, local music. That's just kind of been now my guilty pleasure, and it's a nice just to go somewhere and listen to some talented people, listen to some good music, watch some friends play, have a beer, and just chill. And so yeah, it's talent here again. You know this, Greg, is amazing, and
it is amazing.
We do our small part to help promote it. But now, Bridget, when we were talking about getting you on, one of the things you wanted to share during the interview with some types of etiquettes or tips and how you go about doing this. Can you elaborate on where you were going with that?
You mean like bands? If you're in a band, you just have an image, and I feel like some bands, they really need to. You need to have an image. You need to own it, whatever that is.
Right.
And don't be afraid. Get a professional press kit of some sort. Whether that, it doesn't have to be a big thing, but have some professional pictures made to use to book, or to promote yourself. It just, if you want to be, how you want to be perceived is, first and foremost in a good video and and I don't do videos. I mean, I goof around with, taking some videos every once in a while, but not on a professional level by any means. So that's not anything to say call me for a video, but have something that shows who you are and own it. Don't be afraid to dress up, and especially if I'm coming out, or if you're having your pictures made, get a professional picture, have a Facebook page, have an Instagram. So social media is where it is. So
right.
You have to, what the perception of you. First impressions say a lot. And, when I'm looking for a band to go out, first thing I do, if I know that I'm going to get out on Saturday night, if I'm not booked to take photos, I'll say, what kind of music do I like? What kind of music do I want to hear? I go to their page, and if I see this terrible video or terrible pictures, and it looks like they could care less, and I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to see this band, but if you've got a good quality video on there where I can listen to see, if it's a song that I like, or if I like your band, then I'm going to come out. And if I could push anything in the world, is update your page. Put your gigs on there. You don't have to send it out. Like, just because you make an event, or you don't have to invite people. But if I go to your page and say, I know I'm going to have a girls' night out, or it's my birthday in 5 weeks or 4 weeks, however long you're booked out, put it on there so I'll know, where you're playing, when and where, and that way I can decide where I'm going. Because some of these places, these bands and the venues, which I have issue with, they don't put it up until that day. Most people aren't fly by the seat of their pants people, especially, people that are in their 30s and 40s. They don't get to go out all the time, so they need to plan ahead. So if you can, put your schedule up and keep it updated. And you don't have to bug people to death. You don't have to send it out 4 weeks in advance. But, starting a week ahead of time, make an event, send it out, invite, ask people to share it. And, it gets shared and gets passed around, and then people can actually make plans to come see, and try to have someone who can run your Facebook page or your
whatever social media,
Twitter, whatever you use, right, your website. And if someone asks a question, try to answer it. Just little things like that, it makes such a big difference, I think. Just
sounds to me like you got a little bit of managerial. You got some managerial skills going on there, sounds like to me.
Promoting skills. Yeah, I hear you.
I might have done that before.
She's saying everything she's saying is correct. Now, Greg, answer this question, Greg. Now, for some of the, she's obviously giving her advice, her opinion for bands who, are really trying to, make music a big part of their, life or routine. Then you got some bands who, are just playing for, not, but like, let's, we're talking here, Greg. When it comes to, like, say, your band, Spare Change Millionaires, do you guys are heavily push social media? I don't know who takes care of it.
Yeah. Paul does.
Yeah.
Paul does I believe he does Facebook stuff. Then Aaron does the website. And we promote a couple of weeks in advance.
Right.
Send out invitations a few weeks in advance on where we're playing at. And I know that you can go to the website and see the schedule all the way through, months ahead of time.
Good.
And it stays updated. And I believe there's a link to YouTube videos and some decent pictures. I don't know if they're up to Bridget's cool stuff, but they've had some pictures made, and none of them recent. They don't have any recent ones with me. I don't think I think they threw one together with me, and it just because I was in the band.
Did they Photoshop?
They should update pictures.
They replace your head with the previous drummer's head.
Well, I think the last drummer was bald also, so I think maybe they feel like if they just kind of get a bald head back there, that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. If they just show the top of the head, they're covered. Is basically it. Right? Yeah, there you go.
That's another thing. They really should list the band members because, you know.
Yeah, you want to promote yourself as much as possible, man.
Well, you have friends and you have family, and you know, typically they would know which band you are in. But there are people that might be, hey, I heard he's really good. I'd like to see him. Or he used to be in that band, this other band that I used to see, so they're probably really good. I really used to enjoy them. So you know, it kind of equates to just keep it updated, be professional. I mean, don't be mediocre. Like. In your promotion, because it's important, because people look for that, you know. I mean, yeah, you're going to get people just strolling to the bar. They don't care your background noise, but there are people who love live music, local live music, and they want to support you guys, and you know, they need to find out how to. I mean, I get so frustrated sometimes, and there are some venues who are just really good about keeping their stuff updated, and that's another one of my gripes too, that, you know, these venues with I don't even know how to say this. I guess I don't have to be too politically correct, but to me, it's not the band's job to
bring the people in.
To bring the people in and make money for you. You should be hiring a band to entertain your customers. Now, however, if that band comes in late or taking long breaks or, you know, doing whatever they're not supposed to be doing, then you don't get rehired. But you know, you have to give people a chance, and there are a lot of new bands, and they need to have a chance to get out there, right?
Yeah, I mean if you go to a bar, if you're a band, if you're a band and you go to or you're a brand new band and you want to play somewhere and you go to this place and say, hey, I'm a band, here's my promo package, blah blah blah, we've done this, we've done that. Or I played in this band, he played in that band. And they say, well, I've never heard of you guys. Do you have a crowd?
How many people can you bring? How many people can you bring? That's all they ask.
Said, well, we've never had a gig yet, but we got some people who will come out, but we've never done a gig yet. Just give us a chance, and we'll make some friends here. We'll make some fans at our first gig here, you know. And it's just pretty aggravating sometimes. And I understand it's a business, and bars want to bring bands in, but you also gotta keep that wheel turning and keep bringing in fresh new people and new bands, new crowds, and
Well, I used to book for a band. I used to do some booking for a band, and the biggest problem for me was I would call, they would say, well, how many people can you bring? Oh, I'm not going to promise you that, because you know how you might have 75 people coming on the invite, you might have 150 show up, you might have 5 people on the invite saying they're coming, and you'll have 50 people show up. You never know, because people, you know, life happens. People can't come. I think people are afraid to mark no, because they might hurt somebody's feelings. I would much rather you not put maybe, because to me, maybes are always no. It's just that those are the polite people. Those are the polite people, and you might have 5 people who really are a maybe, but majority of the people that put maybe just say that because they don't want to say no, which, you know, I understand, but still. But then you would show up, and there was one place particular who's no longer in business, and this is why. They showed up, they packed the place, they did not have enough servers. I mean, people were waiting for a beer. They were waiting 30 minutes for a beer. So, you know, I called the owner at home. I said, let me tell you, I did my part. Now, where's your part? And, of course, they're no longer in business.
And next time I'll charge you an extra $100 for the promotion fees.
I mean, how do I tell? That's right, for your promoting your bar. That's right. But, you know, how do you expect me to tell, I don't want to say fans, but our people that come out, whether it be family or friends, and I'm begging, please, we need your support, because, you know, if we don't have enough people, they're never going to book us again. And then they show up and they get crappy service. Now, how fair is that?
Right.
You know,
that's a good point. You know, we've never talked about this angle with gigs, so that's pretty cool that, you know, we've talked about that, because, you know, the truth is, I always take for granted as a you know, someone that's going to listen to music, I always just take for granted that, you know, the venue is going to do their part. But you're right, Bridget. There are times when I've gone to a place when it's packed and good God, you're waiting, maybe not 30 minutes, you're waiting longer than you probably should. You need to.
Right.
Because and then at that time it's like, well, actually at that point it's like, shit, just give me a bucket instead of one.
Right. Yeah, because I don't want to come back up here.
Yeah. Right.
But
so,
by golly, if you do if the band does their part, then you better reward them next time, because chances are you probably undercut them in the money to start with. Well, I've never heard of you. You're new. I can only pay you this much. Okay, next time you better make it worth my while, to be here, because I did my part.
Putting some venues on blast tonight. I like that. Hey,
no,
but that's the reality. But no, everything you're saying is the real deal when it comes to gigs, right, Greg? I mean, that is the norm.
It's a great point. It is a great point. And there's guys out there who lead certain particular bands in town say, "Oh no, man, you got to kiss these bands, these bar owners' ass so you can work."
No.
You may not make as much money, but at least you'll play. I'm like, well, no, I'd rather sit at home if I ain't gonna make a lot of money, or at least make it worth my while to leave my family and go play. I've done this for 20-something years. I deserve to at least make a decent
well,
trade at it.
I saw a chart somewhere that the bands, like in 1970, local bands are making less money now than they did back then. And
I believe that.
They're like, well, we can only pay you this much, and how many people are in your band? Well, that's not relevant. We're worth this much. We have to load the equipment. We have to do all this stuff and entertain your customers. So,
But there is a fine line. I mean, you really do have to entertain the people that are there, and it is good to have a crowd. You got to be on time. You can't be drunk and stupid on stage. You're doing a job. You are doing a job, and you got to do it good.
Right.
So,
it doesn't mean you can't have fun doing it, but it is a very fine line. And I mean, you say I'm putting some venues on blast. I'll tell you. I mean, honestly,
you didn't say any names.
No, but there are some venues that are just, they go above and beyond. Both Diamonds, Jared at Diamonds, he's all about the live music. He'll do anything, even for he'll try to do certain days or gigs for original bands. No one does that. No one does that anymore.
That's right.
One books original music.
We need more of that.
Great fucking points, Bridget, because check this out. No, we can speak freely on internet radio.
And you said she was just a photographer. You said she was just a photographer.
Yeah, well, no, that's what she said. Now we're getting the real deal when it comes. But, Greg, just to, I know you saw this over the weekend. Or was it over the weekend? It was the other day, whatever it was. Good friends of ours, Kevin McCreary, Raul Borcar, Chase Skinner, they're all in April. Their original bands, the original music, they're having a gig. That's, to me, that's
Diamond, right?
It's is it that? Yeah, and I mean that's to me that's a
put out a CD, and everyone's wanting to see it live, and they're getting it.
And actually, I think Chase Skinner is going to have his going to have an EP, or actually it's not even. I think it's a full album out in April too. So it's going to be nothing but original music, and that's awesome. That's what I want to see.
Speaking of
and
Kevin
then Blue
McCreary.
Funk. Yeah, when's Blue Funk coming out with their original music, Greg? Your Blue Funk band. When's that coming out?
Hopefully we'll have it out in a few months. We wanted to have it out for a Thunder over Louisville, a private gig that we are doing, but it's been pushed back a little bit. Production is going to take a little bit longer. So we're looking at a few months to have something ready to go.
Okay.
Well, do you have pictures for that? Do you have photos for that? Well, there you go.
Well,
now you know who to call.
I absolutely do.
No, I was going to say Kevin McCreary. You won't hear a bad word about him.
No,
it's
he's
funny because
one of the most
the musicians
genuinely
around
nice
town.
guys.
I don't have enough good things to say about him, but the circles are small around Louisville, and you hear stuff, and I've never, not as much of a nothing. I mean, just nothing but good stuff about him. He's just so kind. He seems so genuine. Humble.
Yeah.
And he's
he's
freaking incredible. He's like
I get to play with him Saturday.
Are you really?
Saturday?
Yeah, Brian Fox and Good Chickens are playing out at Gerstl's.
Oh,
really?
I didn't see that one.
Saturday.
Has that been already posted? I haven't seen that. So I have to.
That's been posted. Yeah.
Okay, I had to. Yeah. Okay.
Let me tell you, there's nothing better for me than I'll get on Facebook and I'll see like over in the right, you can kind of see like the chat window or whatever, and I'll see all these just local musicians, and there's the pictures I've taken, and their profile pictures or pictures I've taken. I'm like, I don't know. I love it. I don't know. It's just been really, really fun for me. Probably not the most lucrative thing I could have gotten into with musicians, I mean.
But besides the images, you'll always have some good stories to probably. Yeah.
Well, I can tell she's very passionate about it, and that's what you need, man. Be passionate about what you're doing. And
I've shot some national bands, and it's amazing, really. I don't even have words for it. It's just like, I took some pictures at the concert of Paul McCartney. I think that was a big moment for me. Just when I was looking through my lens, I was like, that's freaking Paul McCartney. Like, how do you, like, I don't know that he's my favorite, but, geez, he's a Beatle. Most of the people that I would want to photograph are all dead because, I'm like George Jones and Elvis Presley are my absolute favorites. And
wait a minute, Elvis is really dead? Elvis is really dead?
Well, he's sitting here, but, he's like my first love. Oh, my God.
Elvis was hot.
Oh, my God, I can't even talk about it. He's so fine.
Well, check this. I have to share this. I have to share a comment for you, Bridget. Shannon, who was on. No, this is good. Shannon was on at the beginning of the show promoting a benefit for this Saturday at the county line. Awesome show, Bridget. This is on one of the comments. You probably already see it, but keep doing what you're doing. You're a great friend and a huge supporter of musicians. Love you. We touched on Shannon. Shannon, you guys are doing your part to, keep the music scene, live music, important. And everything to Greg, I admit, I mean, I honestly, I got more out of tonight with Bridget than I anticipated. I thought we were just going to talk photography. And then I'm thinking, how are we going to, how long are we going to talk? But this was a great
All we
segment.
had to do was wind her up and let her go.
That's right. I was at dinner with some friends tonight, and I said, how am I going to fill up 20 minutes talking? And they go,
good Lord.
My husband busted out laughing, and my friends busted out laughing. They're like, talking for 20 minutes? He says, how are you going to keep it within 20 minutes?
Not only talking, seriously, Bridget, you hit on some really good topics, and your comments, I think, were fair and actually very welcomed on the show. So good, really good segment.
You all thought I was just some dingy blonde, didn't you?
No, blonde, yes. I didn't. We don't, not dingy, but I do like the Facebook or the picture I used for the show post. That's the Bridget I know. That's the Bridget I know. All right, Bridget, as we're winding down, share with people how to contact you, social media, all that good stuff.
Okay. Instagram, Portraits by the Bridge. And most people think that I take pictures by the bridge, but I don't. It's because I'm Bridget, Portraits by the Bridge.
I got that. I did get that.
Some people are like, oh. I mean, like, some of my friends like, oh, I thought it was just like by the bridge, No.
I thought you had an office on the Ohio River.
Yeah, meet me by the bridge. Meet me under the bridge. We'll take role pictures. But on Facebook, it's Bridget Brewer, Brewer, really simple. I don't do Twitter or anything, so you can find me. Really, the best way to get a hold of me is on Facebook, I guess. or you can, message me on Instagram. And you band people out there need to call me. I have different packages too. I can come, you can do a photo shoot where you want like formal pictures. You can just do that for a certain price, or you can do that and then I'll come out for a couple shows and take live pictures, or we can just do live pictures. So I'm really flexible with that stuff. So, just let me know. And I try to,
Bridget, can you be a little more flexible when it comes to a spare change million?
Yes.
All right.
And when we're not on the air, when we're not on the air, it's probably because one of the places you play I won't go to. So I'll tell you, maybe through Facebook.
We'll figure that. Yeah. All right.
Well,
Bridget,
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, great segment. You need anything from me?
Y'all
holler.
be paying people to call me, please.
Yeah, we'll promote you as well. So appreciate you taking time for us tonight.
Yeah. If you need anything, you let me know as well. Okay.
All right. See you soon,
Bridget. Good talking to you.
You all too. Have a good night.
All right. Take
care.
Good
night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Greg, that was a very solid segment. I got a lot out of that. A little more.
She has a little fire to her, don't she?
She did, yeah, and it was good. And I like, clearly her heart's in the right place when it comes to, the local music scene. So yeah, definitely.
She loves what she does.
Yeah, and that's good. So. All right. Dang, we wound up going the full 90 minutes tonight. I thought we were going to be out of here sooner than later. Our Cats did come back and win. Good God. That would have been.
Got to hear the first part of Trump and got to watch the Cats win and got back on the pocket. It's been a good night.
It's been a good full night. All right. Let me do some quick plugs before we shut it down. Social media, we're on iTunes and YouTube. You can subscribe to the shows, please. blogtalkradio.com, Twitter at The Shooting Lip, at Kevin Hale 423, at Greg_Unthank. You can also like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Greg, no gigs for you this weekend. No, you did say
no.
I have a gig with Brian.
I have Saturday night. Brian Fox and the Good Chickens. Saturday night at Gerstle's. Yeah, and then on the 18th, Spare Change Millionaires will be at Gerstle's as well. So I'll be, my next two gigs will be at Gerstle's. But yeah, come on out Saturday night, man. Brian Fox. He's got the new CD out. Check us out. Come on.
And you said Kevin's playing with you guys too? Kevin's playing with you?
Yeah. Kevin and Chip Adams and John Hawkins and
oh wow,
me.
Good. That's like
that's the band, dude.
That's a very legit amount of talent. That's all right, cool. I guess I'll be seeing you at Gerstle's this weekend. All right, for my man Greg Unthank, Kevin Hale, we wish everyone a great Tuesday night, a pleasant Wednesday. Greg, peace out. Good show tonight. See you this weekend.
And we love you all. We love you all.
Oh yeah, even if this is a what was the word about our show? Never. I don't know. You know where I'm going. Anyway, Greg, have a good night.
It's all good.
It's all good. See you this weekend.
At no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.